The city that never sleeps was about to experience a slumber party it would never forget. It was just another day in the city of New York, but it would become a night like no other. When total darkness fell, the crime of the century would happen. The Blackout Heist would go down. The streets and avenues of Manhattan were gridlocked with traffic. That was usual. New Yorkers raced each other for a seat on a subway train or tried to beat a red light ahead of a speed trap camera. Unbeknownst to them, everything was about to change. High above, an orbital electromagnetic pulse weapon went critical. The city was about to go black, total black. A group of high-tech criminals have seized control of the electrical power grid that lights New York City. The big money job had been planned for years. Now the time had come. Suddenly, without any warning, all of it, the cars, the subways, the elevators, the streetlights, it all ground to a complete halt. Then darkness fell, swallowing skyscrapers, streets and homes alike. New York City was plunged into chaos. Traffic lights blinked out, turning avenues into snarling beasts of metal. Subways screeched to a halt, trapping commuters in the bowels of the city. The mega blackout hit the New York metropolitan area like an asteroid out of hell, leaving millions in the dark. For most, it was a night of fear and uncertainty. But for a select few, the blackout was an opportunity shrouded in darkness, ripe for the taking. In the heart of this urban abyss, a team of seasoned criminals saw their chance. The blackout was not a crisis for them. It was the chance of a lifetime to rack up the biggest score in history. The mastermind behind the operation was known only as the Doctor, a former engineer with a score to settle. His mind, a labyrinth of intricate plans and daring schemes, had conceived the impossible, a heist during the blackout. The Doctor's team was as diverse as the city they planned to plunder. There was Fingers Sal, a safecracker with an uncanny touch and a penchant for expensive suits. Sparks, the team's tech wizard, could disable a security system with a few keystrokes. And then there was Nitro Nadia, an explosives expert with nerves of steel and a volatile temper to match. Each member of the team had their own reasons for being there. Fingers Sal was in it for the money, plain and simple. He craved the finer things in life. Tailored suits, vintage cars, and a penthouse overlooking Central Park. Sparks, on the other hand, was driven by the thrill of the challenge. He saw the blackout as the ultimate puzzle to solve. Nadia's motivations were more complex. She had a past she wanted to outrun, debts she needed to pay. The heist was her ticket to a new life, far away from the shadows of her past. The Doctor, however, sought something more than just riches. He wanted revenge. Their target. The United States Federal Reserve Bank, a fortress of steel and concrete, home to untold millions of dollars worth of gold locked in steel cages in its cavernous basement. It was a building designed to be impenetrable, its every corner fortified against even the most audacious thieves. In its basement were steel cages filled with bars of gold. In one of those cages, piled to the ceiling, were bars of gold stamped with the Nazi swastika of Hitler's Third Reich. But the blackout had exposed a weakness, a chink in the armor of technology. The Doctor's plan was audacious, relying on perfect timing and exploiting the chaos of the blackout. With the city's power grid down, the Federal Reserve Bank's sophisticated security systems would be rendered useless. It was a gamble, a high-stakes game of chess where one wrong move could mean disaster. The gang of thieves would use the cover of darkness to infiltrate the building, their movements masked by the city's descent into chaos. Sparks would disable the backup generators, plunging the building into complete darkness. Fingers would work his magic on the vault while Nadia stood guard, her explosives primed and ready. The Doctor, the architect of their fate, would orchestrate every move from the shadows. The humid night air crackled with tension as the team moved through the darkened streets. The city was a cacophony of car horns, shouting voices, and the distant wail of sirens. They reached their destination, a nondescript hidden entry point protected by digital entry security, which was to be disabled. This was their point of no return. The plan unfolded with precision. Sparks, a phantom in the darkness, bypassed the security systems with ease. The building hummed, then fell silent as the backup generators died. Inside the vault, Fingers worked feverishly, his nimble fingers dancing across the lock's intricate mechanism. But the city had a way of throwing curveballs. A police car, its siren blaring, screeched to a halt outside the building. They had stumbled upon the scene, drawn by the blackout. The team froze, their carefully constructed plans suddenly teetering on the brink of collapse. The Doctor's voice, calm and steady, crackled through their comms. "Go to backup, now!" A moment later, the sound of powerful helicopter rotor blades thundered overhead in the darkness of the blacked-out city. Nothing would stop this score from going down. The Blackout Heist, by author David Alexander.